Alright everybody, this is my $1,000 Toyota Sienna, which I converted into a camper van. This is a leisure camper van, not a full-time camper van. So it's not made for living in full-time. It's made for small vacations. It's a 2004 Toyota Sienna, which I bought with 226,000 kilometers 2 years ago. Today we have around 238,000 kilometers. A lot of fun adventures and trips. And yeah, I wanted to make this video before I got rid of it because I'm at another point in my life right now. And I can't really afford or have the time to keep the adventure van. Her name is Bubbles because she's the color of champagne. She's not all-wheel drive, she's only front-wheel drive. But it's actually a pretty beast in the snow. Up here we have the long Thule box, which I use for skis and stuff. And other stuff, maybe camping chairs, firewood, anything that I wouldn't really want inside the van is what will go up there. And it also kind of looks really cool. The door's open, but it makes the van look a lot cooler than it really is. It's just a beige van, so I like that. On the exterior, I changed the tires, so I have some Continental True Contact tires. They're very good. I've gone off-road with them and gravel roads, mud, etc. I didn't get stuck. Now, they're not the grippiest, but for what I needed, they're perfect. They're great for highway. I put the window vents, which is great because you can crack the window. All right, so we'll take a look at the inside without the cushions and mattress in. So basically this is what it looks like, and this is your entranceway. You can see the vinyl on the floor. And this is a platform bed. It's made up of 4 individual pieces on hinges, piano hinges. Originally I had tried the other style, but they didn't do what I wanted, so I ended up switching them back to piano. Now they work great. This is great for if ever you're trying to move a lot of items or stuff. You can just take out the cushions and you have basically a flatbed type of thing here. You can fit a not totally, but not a total sheet of plywood, but almost. As you can see, it's pretty much the size of plywood. The width you could fit, it's only the length now since I have the Vanity over there. So I'll just show you guys how it articulates. We'll move back to here, and it'll be a little bit tough with one hand, but maybe I'll try to use the tripod. Alright, so I think you have a good angle now. All you really need to do is place your hand on this panel here and push on this panel. So you'll lift here, make it articulate, and then push backwards. And then you'll have different levels of recline. If I can show you here, I'll give you a closer view. You have different levels of recline. And then you can just lock it in. So basically, that's popped out. When you want it, push it down, and then lock it in. And you have the same setup on both sides. So now you're in basically couch mode. And it is quite spacious now if you want to walk in here. And now if we take a look at the back side of it, you basically have a couch again on the rear side. So if ever you wanted to sit and face the other way, you can do so. I'll put the cushions in now and I'll show you the rest. Actually, one thing before I do that, I'll show you the electrical setup since it's going to be easier to lift without. I do apologize, I didn't clean the van before shooting this because I didn't have the time, but so here's the under bed and the electrical setup. Don't mind this was just to hide it a little bit, and there's a bit of wind right now. I don't know how it's going to turn up on the audio, but I'll give you a look. Basically, you have two deep cycle batteries. They're nothing fancy. They're basically, you know, just your standard deep cycle. If you want, that's what they are. They're wired together in parallel to get 12 volts, but double the amp hours. And they're connected to an inverter. The wiring after that goes behind the vanity, and then this is your main control setup here. So if we turn this master switch on, you'll see we currently have 12.5 volts because I haven't charged them in a while. And the only thing I really have connected to it now is the LED lighting, which is on switch number 1 or 2, I believe. But we're a bit low on juice right now, so they're not turning on. Let me just play with the remote just in case someone turned that off. I have the remote here on Velcro, but it looks like they're not turning on right now, which is unfortunate. But yeah, and then in here you have a car socket, and on this side you have 2 USB ports, so you can charge your devices here. And I wanted a master switch so that that light's not always on. And I'll show you how it's wired when I turn around. I also have a diesel heater, which is connected here. But I currently have the fuse out of it because we're in the summer. So I didn't want to just draining my juice. And over here, if you want to turn on the inverter, yeah, it shows 12.5, 12.6. You have 2 120 volt outlets. It's an Energizer one. And yeah, it's as simple as that. Works really well for what I needed. I'm not living out of here. It's only a travel van, but it's perfect for what I need. I'll put the cushions in now and I'll give you the rest of the tour. Before I do that, I just wanted to mention one thing. This whole platform here is completely removable, which is what I wanted, so that I still have all this room here in case I ever needed to transport some stuff. So it's basically resting on the 2 supports on the ends, and then on the top you have, on just the front one, you have just that support when you're sitting. Otherwise it's completely self-supporting. And I'll try to add in some pictures of the build as well. So this is what it looks like all installed. It's basically a 6-inch memory foam. Got it from Walmart. It was about $120. All I did was cut it into 4 pieces and then had it upholstered. And it's actually perfect. It's very comfortable. 6 inches is more than enough. You can probably even go a bit less, but it's what they had and worked out really good. I'll actually put the link because it's actually a firm memory foam, not one that compresses too much, and very comfy. And if we want to look at the back, that's what it looks like. So again, you have a seat if you want to sit on the back to look at the water or whatever you're looking at. And then it'll just slide down to make it a flat surface for sleeping. If we look at the bottom here, you have storage. I have my kitchen box here. And to the right is just some random tools right now. I have pliers that I use for fishing stuff, jumper cables, etc. What I do want to show you is the table. So I have here an RV kind of attachment, and then I have the table here, which will slide out. I'll try to get a video of that, of me setting that up. So the foot is just this pipe here, and I have 2 attachments. I have one. There's a wasp here. Okay. I have one for inside mode and one for outside mode. So if I remember now, I'm not sure if this is inside or outside. I know I keep the spare one on the side here. So yeah, this is inside mode, and then for outside mode, I just add in this attachment. Now I'll take out the table. And then on the side of the table I'll show you is just the other end of that RV attachment. And then on the bottom you have the pole attachment. So what we do first is take the pole, screw it in. Nice and tight. Then turn it around, angle it upwards, and then into the channel. And then that's it. I don't know how well you can see from that angle, but that's it. Basically you have a table that you can use for cooking. And it is very, very solid. Originally I didn't have this piece. This is actually from a real table. I had just a normal piece of wood, but it was bending a bit in the middle. This is oak here, so it's a lot stronger, and yeah, it works out great. This is what this looks like here. And yeah, it works out great. And I'll show you the inside mode. I'll put the camera here. I'll just show you before. Under this paper towel here, we have the same type of channel. And now I'll bring the table in with one of the extensions removed. So it's really simple. Just bring the table in. We'll do the same procedure we did before, is just tilt it upwards and then put the leg in. Pop it in. Upwards. Making sure it's locked in there. Grab the leg. Screw it in. And that's it. Now you have your table, and look, once the cushion goes lower, headroom in here is actually decent. So you have a table for work or for eating, and you can slide it forward or backwards if you want. That's how I made the channel here. If you want it closer for maybe working on your computer, or if you want it further for, I don't know, having more space to get in and out. That's what that's for. Before we move to the other side, if we take a look at the vanity here, we'll just move the curtain a bit back. So basically this is what it normally looks like. You have kind of a trapezoidal shape used for, you can put things here, whatever. And then in here you have a sink. Yeah, not too clean. Unfortunately, I haven't cleaned it with the drain. And then this is your water supply. I don't have water in it right now. Basically, it sucks in water from a 5-gallon, I believe, tank under here, and I'll show you that in a bit. And all you do is press it on and then off. And then the drain goes to a gray water tank behind here as well, and we'll take a look at that in a bit. Very functional. I don't really understand van builds without water. This is handy to wash your hands, wash your teeth, wash your food. Can't say how many times it's handy. And with this electric thing that's USB chargeable, there's really no reason to not have one in your van. It's actually the best thing ever. In terms of lighting, we have LED strips that go all the way around the perimeter. That one fell off there because it's hot. And they continue on this side here, all the way to the back. Unfortunately, their battery is not working right now, so, well, not working, not fully charged. And how I mounted it is, I just got like a threaded like tube, goes into the hooks and then into the plastic here, and it's very strong. And then I just zip tied this so that you can also adjust the angle if ever it's not to your liking. So that came out really good. And then last thing to look at here, I'll look at the vanity a bit from far. These are pallet pieces of wood that I broke and I repurposed, and I stained it kind of this orangey color, and I really like the way it turned out. So it didn't really cost me much to build this whole vanity. And then for curtains, I just got a conduit piece here, an electrical conduit. And I sewed these curtains myself, and all I do is really go like this, and then we'll take the other one here, do the same, probably stuck somewhere here. They do close all the way, and there we go. So that's what that looks like. And just for fun, we'll look at it from the front of the van right now. So that's what it looks like. I know it's kind of dirty, kind of bright too, but let's say we look at it from here, you can't really see much. Even at night, with lights on, you can't really see much. I molded it very close to the top here. There's a little bit of a gap because I couldn't get it exactly, but on the sides here, it's pretty tight. And all I did that with is a heat gun. And then I attached it into these arms here with hose clamps. Totally would recommend it. It's very cheap and very effective. And that's what that looks like. And it's very clean. Also, if you have valuables in the back and you want to hide it, it's perfect because you can't see behind. Now, before we move to the front, I will show you the bed mode. I'm just going to put that back into the sink. Also the toilet. Just your plain old 5-gallon with. So to go into bed mode, what you'll do is unhook the side. Do the same on the opposite side here. And now just pull it forward. And I will do this with one hand just to show you how easy it is. And it'll fit right up until there. So I'm grabbing it here and just pulling. So it fits very snugly. You just have to push these a bit down because they move. I'll push that one over there too. There we go. So yeah, you have a full-size bed here. It goes all the way up to there. And the beauty of this is, since it's tight, the mattress doesn't really move. Here's the other view. So when we're in this mode, basically the whole van is mattress. Very comfortable, lots of space. We'll totally recommend it. While we're at the back here, I'll just show you one other cool thing. The way I attach this is with these, I guess, locks. I don't know what they're really called. So you pull that down and then it unlocks. Now the top frame is loose, so you can lift it out, take it out, slide it, whatever you want, and then you can lock it here. You don't really need a lock, you just need something to not let that unhook, which is a carabiner. And now it won't move. If you're driving, it will move forward. And I have the same on that side. I'll show you the last cool part now, which is the mechanical area, or behind the vanity. It's very busy, but there's a lot of stuff going on here. So here's the water. Here's the tank. You have a tube going from the water spout all the way into the nozzle here and goes in there, and then you fill this up with water and it lasts you a while. It is a 20-liter or 5-gallon tank and it fits perfectly. That was a happy coincidence. To the right here, you have the drain hose, which just leads you into a water bottle. All I do here is really wash my hands, wash my teeth, or wash fruits and stuff. So I normally just dump the water out where I can, and it's not a trouble. And then this is completely removable, and then the bottle can just come out. It just held on with a bungee cord. Here's all the electrical. So basically you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circuits, master switch over here. They're just basically going to the battery, to the lights, and to the diesel heater. And speaking of diesel heaters, the fuel tank is here. And it runs underneath the van towards the front of the van. And the diesel heater is right over there. So there's not really a good place in this van to put it because of the transmission and muffler. So for me, that was really the best spot I can find. And this is the small model, the 2 kilowatt model, not the big one. And it blows very hot, so it's really perfect. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it from under, but I'll try. You can see the fuel line here, but you can't really see the heater, unfortunately. But yeah, basically it's just there, and the fuel pump is underneath the driver chair, right in there. And then this is kind of a makeshift thing I made to insulate it. It's like hung, so it's not hitting anything tightly. It's stuffed with insulation, which helps, but you still hear the ticking, but there's not really a way out of that. But other than that, it works really good. Here, the hose leads to the back, which I didn't show, which I should show. So it comes out just underneath the driver's seat in the back. Move the curtain a little bit. And there's the outlet. And you can move that, it's free, you can point it where you want. Works very well. And like I said, you have the control module here and the fuse for it whenever I want to put it back in. And you can see your fuel level here. In terms of the front, there's not really any modifications here other than I used to have a dash camera, which is not in here right now because I had to change my windshield. But it was always there while I was running the van. Oh, and I have a level right behind the driver's seat. So when I'm parking, I can make sure the bed is level. That's very important for living. So that was a tour of my 2004 Toyota Sienna camper van. I hope you guys liked it. I know I got a lot of ideas from many videos that I've watched. Hopefully I can help a few people who are looking to get into it. I will be putting this van for sale. So if you're looking at this video at this time, you know, you could be a buyer for the van. If you're looking to get into this kind of adventure life, I totally recommend it. Don't be looking for the perfect van. This by all means was not a perfect van. It was a $1,000 van that I had to do a lot of mechanical work to it. But in the end, it was worth it. I had 2 years of adventures in here. Winter, summer, fall adventures was great. And yeah, now the time is for someone else to enjoy it. But if it's something you're looking to get into, just find yourself a van and get into it. You don't need it to be perfect. Build it as you go to see what you like, what you don't like, and then customize it for what you need. So thanks again, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll make sure to link as many of the things I can into the description to help you guys all out. Thank you. Have a nice day and happy adventuring.